Have you ever tried to meditate? You sit down, you close your eyes, you try to find that quiet place, and instead, your brain just gets louder? If that sounds familiar, then this is for you. Today, we're looking at a totally different way to find calm in our crazy, noisy world. Let's dive in. It all starts with this simple story, really. Picture two people by a river. One of them, let's call her Fei Fei, is trying so hard to find inner peace by shutting everything out. The other, Bing Bing, somehow finds it without any effort at all, just by letting the world in. And that paradox, right there, is the key to understanding a really powerful concept called niàn. So let's meet our two meditators. They really represent two completely different ways of trying to find some quiet in this modern age. One path, well, it leads to a battle. The other leads to a surprising and much easier kind of harmony. Okay, so on the left, we've got Fei Fei. The moment she closes her eyes, it is a war zone. She's fighting her thoughts, her body's getting tense, and all she can think is, I'm so bad at this. But then you look over at Bing Bing. Their eyes are just softly open. They're not trying to do anything, just watching the river flow. And they're calm. Not because they achieved some special state, but because they just accepted, yep, the world is like this. So what on earth is going on here? Here's the thing. Fei Fei's struggle isn't a personal failure. Not at all. It's actually a feature, or maybe a bug, of the modern human brain. We are swimming in an ocean of information, and it's literally changed how our brains are wired. And that has turned the simple act of closing your eyes into a potential trigger for anxiety. Which brings us to this huge question, one I'm sure we've all asked ourselves. You decide to find some peace, you close your eyes, and suddenly, bam, your mind is just a chaotic mess of to-do lists, old regrets, and future worries. Why does that happen? Well, the answer is hiding in a specific network in our brains. Let's meet the culprit. It's called the default mode network, or the DMN. You can think of it as your brain's inner storyteller, or maybe its own internal radio station. It's the voice that's always on, narrating your life, worrying about what's next based on what's already happened. And here's the key. The DMN switches on the second you stop focusing on the outside world. So check this out. When you close your eyes and cut down on what you see and hear, you're basically handing a hot mic and a captive audience over to your DMN. It takes over and pulls you right into that whirlpool of worry. But, and this is the real game changer, when you have high sensory input, when your eyes are open, when you're listening, when you're feeling the world, the DMN actually goes quiet. It gets drowned out by reality. And this brings us right back to what Bing Bing figured out by the river. Instead of fighting this inner storyteller, what if you could just make it irrelevant? This is the entire idea behind niàn, the art of simply letting the world in. So what does this word actually mean? Let's break it down. The character niàn doesn't just mean a single thought. It's so much bigger than that. It's like the entire vibration, the whole frequency of your conscious system. And then you have hey. This has nothing to do with control or force. It's all about synchronizing, like tuning an instrument to an orchestra. So, niàn is the practice of syncing your personal vibration with the vibration of the world. And this quote is just a brilliant way to understand how we do that. Our eyes are not just passive windows. I mean, this is scientifically true. Your retina is literally an extension of your brain. It's brain tissue that grew outward to meet the world. So that means light isn't just perceived by you, it physically enters and lights up your neural circuits. Get this, the whole journey, from a photon hitting your eye to your brain processing it, takes about 100 milliseconds. That is literally faster than the speed of conscious thought. The world is already inside your brain before your DMN can even form the sentence, I am seeing that. You don't have to fight your thoughts. Reality just outruns them every single time. So what we're talking about here is a huge shift. It's like upgrading from an old operating system based on control to a brand new one based on synchronicity. Let's just look at them side by side. The traditional path, which we often call mindfulness, is focused inward. The job is to control and observe your thoughts, almost like they're an enemy to be managed. The whole idea is, okay, I've drifted off, I must bring myself back. niàn just flips that script entirely. The focus is outward. The stance is just to allow and receive. Thoughts aren't the enemy. They're just clouds in the sky. And the core idea is totally different. The world brings me back. To put it another way, the old path is kind of like psychology. It's about studying and managing your own inner machinery. niàn is more like cosmology. It's not about trying to fix what's inside you. It's about restoring your natural harmony with the rhythm of everything outside you. It's this huge shift from fixing me to simply forgetting me. And the best part is, this isn't some complex practice you have to do on a mountaintop somewhere. The whole point is to make your immediate environment, your everyday world, the very thing that anchors you and brings you peace. You can find this anywhere. That noisy subway train? Let the rumble anchor you. Washing the dishes? Let the warm water and the sound of the plates bring you back. You can even find it walking down a busy street. Niàn is found in that exact moment you stop trying so hard to find peace, and you just let the world be what it is. So how do you actually practice this? Well, don't think of these as strict rules. Think of them as gentle permissions you give yourself. First, just soften your gaze. Don't stare, just let vision happen. Second, let light in. Just receive it. Third, hear the world. Don't label sounds as noise. Just hear it all as the breath of your environment. Fourth, surrender to gravity. Feel the earth holding you up. And finally, let your thoughts flow. Like those clouds we talked about, just let them drift by. And that really brings us to this final powerful idea. For so long, we've treated peace like it's something we've lost, and we have to fight and struggle to get it back. But what if that's completely wrong? What if peace is all around us, all the time, just constantly knocking at the door of our senses, and all we really have to do is stop fighting, open our eyes, and let it in?